What is this place? This is the east end of Laurel Avenue on Stock Island. Dredging projects in the late 60s created these two jetties, stretching into Boca Chica Bay. It's a magical place. Even though this is public property, the developers of nearby Wreckers Cay believe they should own these tens of thousands of square feet of waterfront. They want the county to give them the east end of Laurel Avenue and the jetty, and the end of McDonald Avenue and its jetty, and also the north end of First Street. And like many times before, that request has the full support of county bureaucrats.
The considered opinion of the staff is to go ahead and recommend the road abandonment.
But some residents cry foul.
This is mine, okay? And I see that wherever there is water on Stock Island, the developers are coming, and they're trying to push us out.
Armando Esteve remembers when the jetty was covered with asphalt and lovers would park their cars down at the end. At an October 2006 County Commission meeting, local historian Ray Blazovic had this to say.
Residents have priority since waterfront access of many streets has been given away to special interests. Quality of life for the residents is more important than more profits for developers.
But the county gave the east end of First Avenue and about a half acre of waterfront to Boyd's Campground anyway. And they gave the end of Peninsular Avenue and its boat ramp to developer Pritam Singh in exchange for a public boardwalk. The boardwalk is behind this gate that we always find locked.
Or not.
And it even looks as though a house was built on it. The law prohibits the county from abandoning any road providing public access to the water. For developers, the trick of the trade is to claim that, contrary to the obvious, the roads do not provide access to open water. This is the coveted Laurel Avenue. Here the public access is indeed blocked by a fence. But when we reviewed the property lines, we discovered that county property includes the seawall. We asked to see permits for the fence and for those docks. The county couldn't find any. We asked for copies of any agreements between the county and Murray Marine, the owner of the marina on the other side of the fence, but neither the county nor the Murrays produced any justification for the encroachment. We asked to see permits for this electric meter. Keys Energy was unable to find any document justifying service for Murray Marine at that county-owned location. Murray Marine simply fenced off public access and began renting dockage right off of county property. The marina is for sale. The owner wants the county to give him his side of Laurel Avenue. Obviously, this abandonment should be prohibited in light of the public's right to access the county-owned seawall. However, instead of denouncing the illegal encroachment, county staff simply claims the public has no access to the water on Laurel Avenue. On the other side of Laurel Avenue, Wreckers Cay lawyers have an even bolder plan. They also want the east end of Laurel Avenue, but also the end of McDonald Avenue, and a section of First Street, and of course, the two jetties. How do they go around the prohibition against abandoning public access to the water? In the staff report, county attorneys argue that Wreckers Cay, not the county, owns the jetty. Hence, they claim, the avenues and on private property, not on open water. The county even hired a private attorney to back the position that the road should be abandoned to developers. What we found most interesting is what has been omitted from the county staff report. This document from DEP. This is the controlling document in this issue. It is a response by the state of Florida to a Wreckers Cay application in support of developers' claim to the jetties. The state ruled that Wreckers Cay was not even eligible to make such an application because they are not the upland riparian owners. We emailed DEP for more details. The state responded to the Blue Paper inquiry by stating that, in essence, only the county could make a claim to the jetties under the statute, because the county roads, Laurel Avenue and McDonald Avenue, are the uplands riparian to the jetties, not the Wreckers Cay properties. As we said, that document is not in the staff report. And there's another disturbing document. Until 2018, the property appraiser's maps showed the Laurel Avenue jetty as clearly outside of Wreckers Cay's boundaries. But in the county file, the property appraiser's map showed the jetty now included within Wreckers Cay's property lines. That also seemed to intrigue Monroe County property appraiser Scott Russell. This is a key document because county staff is using it to back the developer's claim to the Laurel Avenue jetty.
And so they're using this picture here. They're saying, look, this is private property. If anyone's using it right now, they must be trespassers. So we're not in violation of this part of our county code that says don't abandon roads that allow people to get to the edge of the water.
Okay.
So that's why this picture is so important.
I did read the memorandum, and the memorandum does note that the owners of the adjacent parcel acquired this spit of land through a quitclaim deed.
Apparently, Wreckers Cay had the previous trailer park owner sign a quitclaim deed for the jetty. That document triggered a change of boundaries.
Clearly, prior to the quitclaim deed coming in and this change being made, your data just basically showed no ownership.
Correct. You
weren't taxing anyone.
Right. There
wasn't owned by anyone.
there was not an owner prior to the quitclaim deed. That's correct.
Title, right?
Right. A quitclaim deed essentially conveys any interest that you may have in the parcel. There's an old joke that, I could quitclaim you the Brooklyn Bridge.
We asked Mr. Russell if he was made aware of DEP's rejection of Wreckers Cay's claim to the
Show
jetty.
you this?
Prior to you, no.
Okay.
I have not seen that document prior to you giving me that this morning. However, now we are going to, update our maps to reflect the original parcel.
Okay, so now you're just going to go back to that and then
As of Friday,
see what the
the
future.
property appraiser map no longer shows the Laurel Avenue jetty within Wreckers Cay's boundaries. So, why is the county so eager to give away tens of thousands of square feet of public waterfront property? One reason is garbage. The sheriff, who has organized massive cleanups of the area, has said he believes the area will be better controlled if it's privately owned. But the residents we interviewed say the main problem is the lack of trash containers.
The years that you've been living here, that there hasn't been a dumpster for you guys to.
There hasn't
It's hard
been.
for you to do something.
Actually,
with your stuff?
everybody would set their trash right over here in this parking lot, and
Okay.
it would just be this big pile of trash, and the dump truck would come by once a month or something, clear it all out.
We usually put a pile in the center every month. It's like then they come with the big truck, and it's disgusting. And look at this; they should be ashamed of themselves.
The county could definitely be a better steward of public property in this area. The public works staff are doing a great job, but why are there no trash containers? But in Monroe County, garbage can be, politically, very valuable. Trash has often been an easy pretext to funnel valuable land to private interests. Last summer, commissioners were ready to spend $8 million of our tax dollars to buy Murray Marine. In part, argued Commissioner Carruthers, to provide an upland facility for a Boca Chica mooring field.
And not only that, the only reason I think that we got so interested in this particular location is because of the mooring field that's adjacent to it. And we don't have any upland facilities.
I think I heard a couple times of them wanting to put a mooring field out here.
Right.
That would make total sense to me. Be shelter, protected area, a good anchorage.
Now that it turns out that the county already owns a large portion of that desperately needed waterfront, they can't wait to give it away to developers. If you feel confused, you're not alone.
Every day in Monroe County, you never know what you're going to see. I mean, I did not wake up this morning thinking about I was going to get schooled on riparian rights and ownership rights.
Just looking
Yes.
at you, saying
Yes.
that your staff recommendation is we don't need to further pursue the ownership of this property, and we're fine with letting it go at the staff level. So when anything comes back from the standpoint of, boy, you guys really screwed up, I'm going to be looking at Bob Schillinger and staff and saying, You guys really screwed up.
This area has extremely high residential density, and many children use this street to gain access to the water.
Yeah, there's restaurants involved, but it's always private. This is, I mean, aside from this and then the boat ramp, you know, it's probably the only areas that you could just walk up to and just hang out there.
The residents of Stock Island have been continual victims of this practice.
I'm trying to figure out where the people with their dinghies, where are they going to go, right?
Exactly. I have no idea.